Welcome to DWBI Adda channel. Please subscribe for latest training videos.
Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of our Mule Ramel tutorial. In the first part we had seen how to create get and post methods for our endpoint, which was engineering college slash students. So now that we have created our get and post methods, let's move on to creating a few more methods for our API spec or API specification. As we can see, this get method at this endpoint will fetch us a collection of all the students in the college, and maybe we can filter them using a department query parameter. But let's say we want to fetch the details of only one particular student. How do we go about defining that in our YAML? Let's find out how. Go under the child resource students and put in a slash. Next, insert curly braces and enter ID. So what this tells us that we're looking for a URI parameter called ID when we enter a slash after students. The curly braces are used to enclose a URI parameter. URI basically stands for unique resource identifier. So basically anything with a unique value can be identified using a URI parameter. The URI parameter for our collection of students will be their ID. Let's define a get method for our endpoint with a URI parameter. The first method will be a get method. We can copy the responses from this method itself from our get all students method and make a few changes to it. We won't put in any query parameters here, so let's just copy from responses. So obviously be a single student, not a collection, so we can take these brackets off. This example won't work since it is a collection of students. Let's explicitly define an example. So as you can see, we have been able to successfully define a get method for our URI endpoint, which will fetch us the details of one particular student, and this is the example of the body we're expecting in the output from the server. Let's add in a few more methods and I'll take you over each of them. So I added in a couple more methods to URI parameter endpoint, which is ID. So the added methods are delete and patch. What delete does is basically deletes the resource from a given location. So if you give an ID and you invoke the delete operation, the student details of the given ID will be erased. What patch does is basically updates a resource that is already present in the database or system. So as we can see from the description of our method here, it is basically used to update the branch of a student in this case. We can make any number of changes inside the body of our resource, but here we're only updating the department value. So when we are going to invoke patch, what we need to do is send the body with a new department parameter, and that will update the current department of the student in the database. So we are done with the creation of our first YAML. We have 5 methods. As we can see from our mocking service console, this is the mocking service console, and we'll get to mocking service in a little bit. So this basically documents all endpoints and methods. So for college, engineering college slash students, we have get, which will retrieve the list of all the students in the college. Post for posting details regarding a new student in the college. Get by ID, which will fetch a singular student based on the ID we provide in the URI parameter. Delete will delete a student from the database. Patch will update the details of a student. So another HTTP method that we haven't used in our YAML config is a put method. Put is basically similar to patch, but so how we'll use put is basically we'll give an ID and we'll have to provide all new values for our student. So all the details need to be changed. So those are the 5 HTTP methods: get, post, delete, patch and put. Now that we have defined our YAML, let's test it using the mocking service provided with Design Center. So turn this mocking service on from here. So once that mocking service is turned on, we can see that we have been provided with the API page URI. This page URI basically attaches itself in front of the parent resource, as we can see here as well. Base URI is mentioned here again. So base URI comes before engineering college, before this slash, and attaches itself here. So what we can use this mocking service for is testing the responses we get when we send these methods to the server. Let's test our API specification and make sure everything is fine. So click on the get method. We'll test the get method here. Click on try it. Click show optional parameters. We can see here the department is an optional query parameter that we need not enter, and simply click on send. What comes back in the response is an array that we have defined in the example, along with the 200 OK response code. So this seems to be working fine. Let's check out another method. Check get by ID. Try it. So here, as we can see, we can't send a request without a URI parameter. So enter any arbitrary value in URI parameter and click on send. We should get back a 200 OK response with the body of the student, just like this. So this is working fine as well. Let's try out another. Let's try out patch. So here it is telling us that it shows us the description of the method, tells us the URI parameters required and the body required. This is the body. Let's try it. Any arbitrary ID URI parameter, and body, as you can see, is picked up from the example that we gave in body right here, and click on send. So this is the response we should get from the server. Let's see what we get. Student details updated successfully. So it looks like all the methods are working fine. So it's basically a mocking console that returns response code along with its specified body from our YAML configuration. So that is it about the YAML creation and the mocking service.